Of 2DS went on a shooting spree. On October 31st, 2021, members of 2DS pulled up to South Winona Court and shot up a garage in an attempt to kill a rival gang member. They fired at least 7 rounds and 2 people were injured. 3 minutes later, they drove to West Exposition Avenue to try and kill another rival gang member.
Well, hold on. See, this y'all need to calm down. This is not GTA.
On that day, they slid to South Xavier Street and fired 21 shots into the home of a rival gang member. 8 minutes later, they went to West Amherst Avenue and fired 42 shots into the home of a rival that lived blocks away.
I'm not hearing about nobody losing their life. Pay attention. Y'all are just wasting bullets.
Prosecutors say 13 members of a violent gang now face over 250 charges.
Woo.
Grand jury indicting the group last month.
255 felony counts? God damn.
Prosecutors say they are part of a criminal street gang that is responsible for 18 shootings, including homicides in Commerce City and Denver, and targeted members of rival gangs. The indictments follow a multi-year investigation by the Regional Anti-Violence Enforcement Network.
Ooh,
Despite its perception, Denver is much more than mountains and snowboarding.
For sure.
Aside from the Broncos and Nuggets, much like Chicago and Philadelphia, there's an underworld that, when uncovered, reveals a shocking amount of violence and bloodshed.
I don't think it's really no city where it's just like all the way decent. Like it ain't no city in America.
Denver has become a hotbed for gangs, and this had led to a wave of violence sweeping the city. But one gang in particular took things to a whole other level. The gang 2DS terrorized the streets of Denver, committing over 18 shootings in less than 4 years, victimizing nearly 200 people. In this video, we'll be telling their story.
Ooh, it's going down. I knew it was cracking.
2DS, standing for Too Damn Smooth, is a violent...
Bro, I'm telling y'all gotta come up with better names for this shit, bro. 2DS, Too Damn Smooth? Like, what is that, bro?
Street gang that originated on the west side of Denver, Colorado. 2DS was formed by members of the West 7th Bloods who claimed dominance over the Westwood neighborhood area on the west side of Denver. 2DS and its members gained notoriety and rose to prominence after their involvement in the June 2019 homicide of a rival gang member.
Damn.
The person that 2DS allegedly killed was a member of a rival gang called FBP named Daniel Avila, who was just 17 years old at the time of his death.
Damn.
2DS members are commonly identified by their red clothing and hand signs representing
It
West
seemed like
Side.
they got dark red flags.
2DS members and associates are prolific with their graffiti efforts, tagging public and private property throughout the west side of Denver. 2DS utilizes the self-identifying graffiti to proclaim dominance over the area. Angel Espinoza, also known as 2DS
He
Taz,
look crazy. Look at them nigga eyes.
Ricardo Corchado, Ali Lozano, and Brandon Santana are believed to be the leaders of 2DS. In March of 2023, a Denver grand jury indicted 13 2DS members on 255 felony counts.
One black nigga, the black nigga named Ricardo. Do your homework on half a black, half a Espanol.
Alleged crimes involving hundreds of victims after a multi-year investigation by the Regional Anti-Violence Enforcement Network. 2DS is accused of violating Colorado's Organized Crime Control Act, as well as being responsible for 18 shootings, including drive-by shootings that put innocent bystanders at grave risk of death. They were truly ruthless and committed shootings without any regard for who was in the way when they pulled up.
The death of Paul. Damn, old man? Y'all smoking old man?
2DS had plenty of beef in the Denver area, but as I alluded to earlier, one of their main beefs was with a rival gang called FBP, standing for Few But Plenty. The leader of FBP was allegedly...
These names is getting worse and worse. Few But Plenty. What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean, bro? That's not scary. You know what I'm saying? King Von had the Get Back gang, old block. You know what I'm saying? Few But Plenty? What the fuck?
A man named Philip Baca.
And they got the light blue flag, so they must be Crips or something.
The leader of FBP was allegedly a man named Philip Baca. On January 22nd, 2021, Philip's brother, Paul Baca Sr., was shot and killed. On that day, Paul was on West Alameda Avenue at South Raritan Street at around 4:30 p.m. when a dark older model SUV pulled up and someone inside opened fire. Paul was shot multiple times and was taken to the hospital, where he would ultimately be pronounced dead at just 45 years old.
So he was the brother of who they said started the gang they was beefing with.
Members of 2DS were allegedly responsible for Paul's murder.
Right.
Unfortunately, 2DS wouldn't stop there, as they would continue to fill the streets of Denver with gunfire, carrying out heinous shootings over and over again.
2DS shooting spree. Damn, look at all that. Chopper, blockers, blickers, and flippers. Jesus.
Starting on Halloween of 2021, members of 2DS went on a shooting spree. On October 31st, 2021, members of 2DS pulled up to South Winona Court and shot up a garage in an attempt to kill a rival gang member. They fired at least 7 rounds and 2 people were injured. 3 minutes later, they drove to West Exposition Avenue to try and kill another rival gang member.
Damn! Well, hold on. See, this y'all need to calm down. This is not GTA. This is not a war zone lobby, bro. Y'all went and you just blicked up your ops crib, and 3 minutes later, you went to go smoke somebody else? Bro, what's wrong with y'all, bro?
They fired at least 14 rounds into a residence and 4 vehicles. 1 month later, on November 10th,
and didn't even hit nobody. I want y'all to understand how goofy these niggas be. They're just blicking up cribs. They don't know who's in the fucking house. They don't know where they at in the house. They just sliding past, blicking up cribs so they can get some gangster points. Oh, look at me. I'm a real gangster. Oh my God. I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing a video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did? Stupid ass little boys.
Members of 2DS shot up a rival gang member's house that was living on Quitman Street. A little under 3 weeks later, on November 28th, 2021, 2DS members Ricardo Corchado and Ismael Rogue allegedly shot up a vehicle containing rival gang members. At least 6 rounds were fired and 1 person was shot in the knee. On January 10th, 2022, 2DS members allegedly fired over 30 rounds into the house of a rival gang member living on North Inca Street.
Y'all some goofies,
After this shooting, they then drove to South Yates Street and allegedly fired up to 48 shots into and around the residence of another rival gang member.
So that's 80 shots in one day.
6 days later, 2DS members Ricardo Corchado, Angel Espinoza, and Ismael Rogue allegedly shot up a car containing rival gang members. They fired at least 12 shots, and one of the rivals was hit in the hand and knee.
Nobody's got caught. This is over 100 shots in a 2-week span, bro. This is just what the police know about. It's probably more. 100 shots in a 2-week span, and nobody died. Now, thank the Lord Jesus that nobody died. But y'all is the biggest goofies in the world, gang. This is what I be saying about niggas. Like, y'all don't be soldiers or gangsters like y'all. It be a bunch of short, yellow bus children with guns. Do your homework, folks.
11 days after that, on January 17th,
11 days later,
Ricardo, Angel, and another member named Brandon Santana allegedly shot up 2 houses of rival gang members within a 15-minute span.
And understand, they just keep shooting up houses, shooting up cars. If they wanted to catch a body, they would. If they really wanted that body, if they was really savages, if they was really just stone cold killers, they would have broke into the house, blicked and unalived whoever they was trying to unalive, watch them go to the other side, watch them take their last breath and leave the house. They just ride around the hood, blicking up cribs. Again, nobody's passing away. Nobody. These motherfuckers are airballing, bro.
They fired over 30 rounds into each home. They had a habit of committing multiple shootings in the same day, and they would do so once again on February 5th, 2022. On that day, they slid to South Xavier Street and fired 21 shots into the home of a rival gang member. 8 minutes later, they went to West Amherst Avenue and fired 42 shots into the home of a rival that lived blocks away.
I'm not hearing about nobody losing their life. Pay attention. This motherfucker ain't said nobody passed away yet.
Eventually, after all of these shootings and attempts, 2DS would commit another murder.
So we talking about 2 murders. This is over 500 shots. Y'all are just wasting bullets. Y'all ain't savage like that, bro. Y'all in fucking Denver at the end of the day. It's okay, bro. It's cool. It's cool. 99.9999% of the world is not a stone cold killer. I just don't like how everybody on the internet, everybody in a music video, everybody in every city just claim to be this savage killer, tough driller. And y'all ain't even, come on, bro. What we talking about right now? Like, this is just weird. It's okay to just be a cool nigga, bro. Get you some money, a pretty girl, nice crib, and chill. It's cool. Fuck. Y'all be on, like, obviously y'all ain't like that.
On February 26, 2022, 4 members of 2DS pulled up near the intersection of 74th Avenue and Oneida Street just after midnight when they confronted a man named Jose Duran Maldonado. One of the men got right up into Jose's face, so Jose threw a punch. The man then proceeded to pull out a gun and shot Jose. Detectives recovered surveillance footage from the crime scene, which showed 4 people in a dark-colored vehicle stopped at the intersection.
So they stopped.
3 people, it looks like a woman and 2 men, got out of the car and approached Jose. Then one of them pulled out a gun and shot Jose. As the shooting occurred, a 4th person, believed to be a woman, also got out of the car. All 4 suspects returned to the car and took off. A 2DS member named Ricardo Corchado is believed to be the gunman in this incident. When officers arrived, they found Jose lying dead in the middle of the street and pronounced him dead on the scene. 2DS would allegedly follow this with multiple shootings and another heinous murder.
Okay, so 3 murders after 1,022 shots.
On May 28, 2022, 2DS leaders Angel Espinoza and Ricardo Corchado were riding around in a stolen vehicle in the 3300 block of North Clay Street when they pulled up behind a car that allegedly contained 2 rival gang members. They opened fire on the vehicle, firing over 50 shots into the rival car. Both of the men in the rival car were shot in the head. One of them survived his injuries, but the other, a man named Christian Chirino Salazar, ultimately passed away from his injuries at just the age of 20.
That's crazy.
Both Angel and Ricardo would eventually be arrested and charged with this murder. Just one day after this, on May 29, 2022, members of 2DS once again spotted rival gang members riding in a car and shot the car up. One of the people in the car was shot in the face, but luckily survived his injuries. A little under 3 weeks later, on June 17, 2022, members of 2DS pulled up to an apartment of a rival gang member and shot it up. They fired at the building from several vehicles and allegedly fired over 100 shots. Luckily, no one was killed during this.
100 shots? How the fuck you miss a whole 100 shot? Rest in peace to Dolph, man. Y'all little boys is slow, bro. Then it's like, okay, if I know my homie just caught a body like a week ago, and then got arrested for it a few days later, why in the hell would I go catch another body a few days later, knowing that it's hot, knowing that my homies just got arrested, knowing that they gonna be investigating on the gang, they gonna have surveillance, they gonna have cameras, the detectives gonna be on us, they gonna be watching and searching and looking. Why would you go catch another? Like, this is what I be saying. It's a difference between a gang member or just a street nigga and just a complete crash out. And honestly, I don't see a lot of just regular old street niggas. I just see crash outs. I just see a bunch of crash dummies on the internet doing stupid shit. That's all I see. Now, don't get me wrong. It's entertaining for me and for you because we get to sit back and be like, look at these crazy niggas. I can't believe these niggas this stupid. We get to sit back but this is people real life, bro. This is not a joke. This is really happening, bro. It's not a movie. It ain't a set video game. This is these motherfuckers is really this slow. It's unbelievable.
Incident. The reign of terror that 2DS was afflicting on the city of Denver would finally come to an end as police started making arrests.
Arrest and sentencing. All y'all ass got life down there.
By March of 2023, 13 members of 2DS were brought down together on over 200 felony charges.
And they're like, he got his ass whooped up here.
As of the time of making this video, all of them have been sentenced. Due to their murder charges, Ricardo Corchado and Angel Espinoza received the longest prison sentences.
Right.
Ricardo was sentenced to 44 years in prison,
Life.
and Angel was sentenced to 95 years in prison.
Overly life.
Man, I thought Denver was just a snow town where people went skiing. I never knew all of this was going on. It's sad to see how the
I ain't gonna lie though. So all y'all got arrested. One of y'all got 90 years, the other one got 40 years. You 20, so you ain't getting out till you 70 something damn near years old. You ain't never getting out. Whatever the fuck the other him, he ain't getting out. He got 90 something years. And everybody else got 10, 15, probably 20, 30 something years. So it's like this what I be saying. Like this shit just dumb. It's stupid. It's all dumb. Ain't none of y'all, I ain't hear about nobody getting rich. I ain't hear about no $10 million. Like, if I'm gonna break the law, I'm finna be getting money. I'm not finna just be whacking people and unaliving motherfuckers and I'm going back to the hood broke. But I'm gangbanging and I'm really down. And I'm like, do you know how slow you gotta, like, that's why I always said, don't get me wrong, like, I did some stupid shit in my past, but like, I ain't never thought gangbanging was cool. That's why I never claimed nothing in Chicago, never joined the gang, never claimed to be none of that. Because that shit's stupid at the end of the day. Why? If I'm gonna go to jail, if I'm gonna break the law, it's gonna be over some money. And it's gonna be over some serious money. Now, if they got locked up for bank fraud and they had fucking $300 million, I'll be like, damn, they got caught. But shit, they had $300 million. And they wouldn't have 40 years. They have 5, maybe 10 years at the most. And when they get out, they can still have some of that money. So, yeah, it's stupid, but at least you was getting some bread. These niggas ain't getting no bread. They ain't got no money. They ain't got no nice car. They probably got a few jewelry and a nice gun. That's it. They sharing each other car. They ain't got 5,000, 10,000 to their name. They just riding around shooting motherfuckers all day. Then after they do that, they go to jail and they sit in jail for 30, 40 fucking years for nothing. You didn't get paid. You didn't get nothing. It's like, this shit is dumb as hell. So it's not even about being like that. That's people motherfuckers' favorite words in the comments. He's really like that. Oh my God. That's just another word for he really dumb than a motherfucking box of shrimp. That's all it is. Oh, Fodell, y'all stop listening to this stupid ass people. Slow, man. I'm telling you. Oh, bro.